5 states. Those states including New Jersey and Maryland, for instance. These drones, there's so many reports, so many witnesses that are seeing it, they're even hearing it, hovering over their homes and in certain areas. I think I saw a video of some guy who was a witness that said he felt like a drone was following him. But you know, with that, depending on how high it is, obviously, it's gonna feel that way. If it's moving and you're moving, it's gonna kind of feel like it's following you, when it's probably not. But so this is really interesting because it made me think of, when I go back in my mind, I think about the Jetsons, that cartoon. Remember when, you know, the Jetsons, they'll be going out doing their daily routine and they just jump in their little jet and they fly around. And then you see all of those like little jets flying around in the sky. It's so crazy because I feel like with technology these days, there's like a surge of so much technology that the traffic is ridiculous. You see it with the cars. You know, if you're in traffic, you see tons of cars everywhere, all over the place. You see it now with buses. You see it even with the train, the different train lines and systems. You know, there's planes. If you look up in the sky, every now and then you catch a few planes in the sky. If you look hard enough, sometimes they're so high up that they look like a little dot, but you still see a plane here and there. And now we got the drones. So the drones, it's just becoming a regular thing in some of these places. The videos I've been seeing, the different clips, to where they're just flying around, hovering around. And it's so crazy. You think about the size of some of these drones, because I normally know them as, from what I've seen, as being small. So, you know, usually about what, 12 inches to 24 inches, 1 to 2 feet or so, around that range. But these drones I've been seeing in some of these videos, and I think even one that fell, which is very scary about, I would say about these drones, is that they could be up to 6 feet. You know what I mean? Like the size of a refrigerator. I think some could even be like the size of an SUV, which is crazy in my opinion. That's why I would say, for me, I'm a little afraid of that part, because, you know, if it's those heavy lifting drones where it could be flying around and it's lifting something heavy and there's some collision that happens up there with all these other drones and that thing falls down, that's gonna be a problem. That could definitely be a huge problem. And so my whole thing about it, you think about the fact that, you know, there's, I think about 1 million registered flyers out there. And if it's 1 million that are registered, and a drone gets, it's just like with anything else here in America, and I think anywhere else, right? You're always like given a number. So these drones are given numbers. It's like their social security number for each drone or whatever. That is, if you take the certification exam, the aviation certification exam, then you are able to get you a license number for your drone, and you're able to do what you got to do and fly it up and have a good time, I guess. But if there's 1 million registered, that would mean that it's more than 1 million that all over the country that have drones. And I say that because it's like, when you look at, for instance, with cars, there's so many cars that are out there in the street, and you see it so much in the city. Here in New York City, there's tons of cars everywhere. Everybody got a car. One problem that New York has been having is fake plates. There's some cars out there, they aren't even registered. They got fake plates and they're pretending to be registered. They're not. There's some people even driving around that don't even have licenses. Or their license probably was suspended. They got too many points on their license, whatever. They're not even supposed to be on the road, but they're on the road anyway. So as with everything else, it makes sense for it to be, if they're gonna say 1 million registered flyers, that means it's probably over 1 million flyers up in the sky using drones and whatnot. And so, you know, there's a lot of rules to it. If you are registered, even if you're not registered, which is not good, but there's still rules you have to follow. And it's best if, you know, you follow the Federal and Aviation Administration rules, the FAA, to basically prevent the collision, as I was talking about a little earlier. Anti-collision lights, is a great thing to have and to pay attention to, because you know, you think about the fact that all these drones up in the sky, you flying your drone, your neighbor got one, this neighbor got one, this one over here got one. They're all flying these drones, and even there's commercial drones as well. They're all up there flying in the sky. And this is why I said I brought up the Jetsons thing, because it's like, you think about the Jetsons, you think about one of those scenes in the theme song. I remember you just seen a whole bunch of like the different cars, not cars, the flying aircraft flying around. And it's like, I used to always even think, I think when I was younger, like, what if one of those things just smash into another one, you know? Which is crazy, but it makes you think of the potential of one drone smashing into another drone accidentally, causing so much collision, which is possible. And just the fact that you got those drones that are up to 6 feet in width and size, just imagine, like, I think even a drone that big could possibly carry a person. Or like I said, if it's a heavy lifting drone, it could be lifting some heavy bags, some heavy items, whatever those things are. And like I said, what if that thing falls down and it breaks somewhere? By the time it's coming down at least, what, 400 feet up in the sky, that's gonna be a terrible, terrible accident.
Please like this video if you enjoyed this content and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching.